Hello and welcome to my channel, A Piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay and today we are doing another card reading on the bird and the moon. So that was just something that kind of came to me today. I have with the cards that I laid out, and I was like, well, I wanted messages from the moon and then I also wanted messages from the bird, and it just kind of sounded good together. So I hope you enjoy this. I mean, I guess if you clicked on it, you have a little bit of curiosity. So we have 3 different decks. We will be using all 4 of these decks in each one of the readings, but you can choose this way or you can choose by the crystals here as well. And the timestamps are listed below in the description box, also in the comments, and I will see you in your selected reading. Hello group 1, thank you so much for joining me today in this bird and moon messages reading. So we're just going to work with whatever comes through. This is a timeless reading, although I am adding timing on my moon card here. So what bird spirit would like to come through today for those that selected group 1 with the tourmaline? Okay, we have the great blue heron. Oh wow, that bird has been around me my whole life. Amazing bird. So I'm feeling this bird is telling me, okay, first what I'm hearing is someone to look up to, someone to reach out to, someone to look up to, something like that was coming through. Okay, I'm also hearing spreading out. And I was like, what? And it just like kept, it was like spreading out. So I'm like, okay, spreading out, and then I'll say that and see if I can get more on this. Seasonal occupations. Okay, and then also long relationships, very long lived, maybe even lifetime of relationships, like a really long relationships. Marriages that last really long. Friendships that last really long, connections with family that always stay in contact. That's coming through. Okay, well thank you, great blue heron, for bringing in your energy. So we're going to go ahead and save the moon for after we look at some tarot. So our first message out from the tarot is going to symbolize more. This is going to be about the bird. So we're going to get 2 different looks on this. So what are some more of the messages that you need to tell us beyond some of that channeling that I was feeling? Looks like it wants to come out. The Knight of Rods. Okay. So already it wants to attribute something about your movement, the swift movement that you're making, the decisions that you're making in progression to something. Also wants to highlight a specific person in your life, saying this person has yet to grow in the situation, but there's many hands, many helping hands in the situation. Many helping hands. What is that saying? Many helping hands makes work little, or something like that. I don't know. It's another message that those that selected group 1 need to hear. Heron spirit, what do they need to hear? Okay, so 4 of coins. Interestingly enough, my card of the day is the 4 of Pentacles. So already in line with this energy of my day here, we have 7 of Blades in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get some clarifiers before we really put a lot of energy into feeling this out. clarify the Knight of Rods, please. Clarify the Knight of Rods. Okay, we have the Five of Candles, some more fire energy. We have the Hanged Man reverse, clarifying the Wheel of Fortune. And the Ten of Needles reversed, clarifying the Four of Coins. With an under energy of the Nine of Needles on the bottom. So the bigger message here overall that's kind of dominating this reading is showing me that the fortune that is your wheel, your constant flow of fortune at the moment is ready to be moving forward again. Like, it had been in a pause for a while. This might have been even a self-doing with the Four of Pentacles. Like, you wanted to hold on to some money, you wanted to freeze some assets, you wanted something to stop in motion so that you could reevaluate something about what was coming in. And I feel like there was a lot of hands involved, and maybe you wanted to account for what was really going through whose hands it's coming through. And also I feel like trusting in the hands of another when it comes to you being held up in a situation and having someone else do the bidding for you when it came to a lot of taking care of things while you were I'm hearing this like some kind of spiritual situation, a retreat, something to get away from the energy that was close to home here. There was this, I feel like also this inner conflict that's happening with you, and that's why it's kind of sending you into this erratic energy of this very fast, fiery movement, very unpredictable, very consuming of other energies. So I'm also feeling this getting imbalanced, like talking over people, not being polite about a conversation exchange. You know, you're actually kind of having trouble letting other people speak. I was feeling like a little bit stuttering coming in there. So it's like I'm feeling like some people might not be able to get words in edgewise because you're kind of being the candle that is soaking up all the oxygen in the room. And that may be because at the moment, or this person is doing that. Okay, I'm hearing specifically this person in your life is doing that, not you. You are not the one doing that. So I'm being made that's very specific, that this person is speaking a lot and going around and talking around a lot about people to you, creating a lot of unnecessary conflict in the situation. And this cycle is not yet over. I feel that the more that you hold on to, the more they will perpetuate this cycle being just kind of stagnant and still. Like, it will stay put for a while, and it's like staying in an ending of something, letting the words constantly still come in. And I feel that it's because we haven't acknowledged taking out, because these swords, these needles, these things within the energy field are being kind of extracted at the moment. Like, it's kind of like people doing apology tours is what I'm also hearing. Someone being like, you know, going around and saying sorry because of some company thing they were involved in, and there's like the patsy, the front man involved. So there's just that message coming through it also. But with the Seven of Blades reversed, I feel like some of this might all be in your head. Whatever you're worried about, whatever conflict is really going on right now, this might be something that's all in your head. You might just be dreaming up possible scenarios that kind of keep you stuck in place in this position. And I kind of felt this like tightness in my throat when I was about to say that. So I feel like the Hangman is showing me that this, because I like how the major arcana came through for the other major arcana to clarify. And you know what, I'm going to get another one just based on that, and I'm going to get a different deck here, we're going to ask, please clarify the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman, please. And let's get a little bit more of the heavy weight of this reading here. So we have the Four of Wands in reversed coming through for that. So there's something about the home, okay? There's something being held up in the home. I'm also hearing renovations, maybe disrupting stuff, maybe really sucking the finances, and there is this chance to move forward on something, make it a little bit more stable, add some more things on, put some more energy into the situation. But at the moment, I feel like there is this dis-ease within this, because I feel like there's a lot of things that maybe we haven't addressed about all the details involved before. You know, we're kind of tied into one kind of specific project at the moment. We're having to move forward finish that so that the energy can keep spinning. But it's like the Four of Wands is showing me that the spiritual energy, or the energy before the manifestation, the creation, the spirit, the creative energy of the home space, or what is close to you, this 4-4 connecting here, also showing me there is something about the center of the home that needs to be addressed, because that might be a place that we need to save for money next. Because if we don't address the center part of the house, I'm hearing there is something to do with it's showing me a certain period of time of year. It's showing me the springtime with this, but also in reverse it's showing me before the springtime or after. So I'm feeling before, so I'm feeling something about the winter. And I did say putting assets on freezing assets. Yeah, because these flowers are also showing me late summer, but in reverse it's like I'm feeling like springtime. They're kind of below, you know, it's like springtime, something about winter and spring is coming through. So this is going to be your moon energy coming through. So we have Crescent, we have the Mask, and so I'm feeling the Crescent moon is showing me this maiden energy, and also the waxing is showing me you're adding on to something so your impulse, you're maybe impulsively buying something. I'm feeling like maybe this is warning you not to impulsively buy something, because the home needs to be addressed first, because it is attached to the center of the main part of your life here. Okay, and then the Mask is showing me there is yet for something to be uncovered, something to do with masks in general. We have 3 masks in this picture as well. So I feel like there is some kind of party or something that or engagement that you're going to. Also, there is this need to do your best, dress up. There's something about, there's a person who's not revealing something about themselves here is what's coming through. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and look in the book more at this. Yeah, the thin crescent moon in fire is hot-blooded and impulsive. There is a can't wait quality to this period that urges everyone on the rash and exciting action. The optimism and enthusiasm that abounds during this phase sets in motion the most creative innovatives. When this card is the current moon selection on this table of the zodiac below, further interpretation. Okay, right, so this will help you for actually any future moon, one of these moons. So if this crescent waxing fire moon is in the sign of Aries, the vision is there, the energy is there, What is everyone waiting for? During this particular moon phase, you know that you don't need anyone else. You'll do it your way. And then if this lumination is in the sign of Leo, then it is during this period you have a keen desire to take charge of a project or lead the way in action. You are also keen to make sure that everyone knows what you are doing and appreciates you for doing it. Okay, and if it is in Sagittarius, your eyes are on the horizon, and perhaps when you get there, the one after that, this is a time in which you travel hopefully. Okay, is okay. Okay. The wretched of the wretched. Traditionally, when the moon was traveling through this mansion, it was considered an unfavorable time for those in a position of respect and authority in society. It was regarded as a good time in prepare pentacles to enable you to obtain power over your enemies. Kabbalists thought that the moon in this mansion was favorable if you acted prudently, but otherwise was capable of overturning good fortune. The card meaning Mercury and Uranus in conjunction result in eccentric, unusual, and even deceitful thinking. Capricorn and Aquarius are in conflict. Capricorn is considered with keeping up appearances, while Aquarius likes to break new ground and to change old-fashioned views. This mansion reveals adverse, unusual, and unexpected talk. If you draw this card, someone is lying. They are desperately keeping up an illusion that conceals everything altogether different, which you need to know. This card reveals that there will be denouncement or revelation. The mask will fall. Someone is hiding something, it says for the key phrase. So I feel this Ten of Swords takes on a whole new meaning after reading that, in that this is about to drop. This is about to fall. It's reversed right now because it hasn't really stabbed you so much yet. It's something that's circling around the rumor mill. It's something that you might be arguing about. Are you telling me the truth? Are you not telling me the truth? It's keeping you up at night. You're feeling like maybe this is a possible truth, but there's a part of you that also feels like there is someone sneaking around and lying to you. And in this position, this person who might be lying, and I like how this crescent fire moon comes in to show you the sign is more connecting to this, that this person is impulsive. This person is somebody who initially, especially in the first part of their life, maybe even forever, cannot really be trusted because they're holding themselves in this position of the knight, and the knight is not secure. He feels like a vagrant in this energy. He feels like someone who's looking for something to gain from someone else. I feel like he's here to disrupt this happy home, but ultimately, who's ever trapped in a situation, you're being set free, because I'm feeling that this person is disrupting the environment. And whereas you, like, the real reason behind it's like you don't like the cause, but you're gonna like the effect of when this all really comes down to it, because it's gonna add to your fortune, whatever ends up happening. And when you stay on the straight and narrow and you do what you need to do to preserve yourself and save your money, then you're not going to be affected so much by any of this stuff that's coming around that is going to be reaching you, especially if you remain in the energy and not react and getting involved in this person. If this person has to tell lies in order to be something that they're not, eventually that's going to be exposed. And the bird and the moon coming through here is saying that You know, the daylight and the night, there is no time that this can be hidden for that much longer. There's a cycle that's going to come about, and I feel like this might be the cycle. There's going to be something unveiled around this time period, any of those dates. The card just shows me there's just a lot of shenanigans going on. This person's really spinning a lot of drama and shenanigans that are kind of childish, that are just things that it's like his way of getting more attention. I'm feeling like there's, in the beginning of this reading, I had said something about this energy needing to keep moving and getting energy from other sources in order to stay in motion. So I think this person may have met their end here with you, as far as the next fortune that they take on, or the next event that they decide to get into, the next person's life that they decide to do the same thing to, is not going to be met with the same situation. I feel it escalating from there on, because this person is kind of on a runaway, like, rampage. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling like if they're on this kind of thing, they can't really keep their balance, and they can't really stop. They can't really, like, they have to keep going, because if they don't, they're gonna lose their balance on something. And look at that, as I say that, Mr. Oogie Boogie's right there on the bottom of the deck. He came through the last time I used this deck, and this is a perfect devil card, because it's like, it makes me hear that song. This is Mr. You better pay attention now, 'cause I'm the boogeyman. You know? And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong, 'cause this may be the last time that you hear the boogie song. So I just feel like there's this warning is coming through, and it's like this like it's saying, hey, whoa, whoa, and the skeletons are coming through, whoa, whoa, the boogie man. So there's just something about that, like there's some negative quality here about another individual that is in your life. The whole reason I feel like you clicked on this reading is because this bird's coming through, and it's saying you want something long-term. This is my long-term relationship type of birds. Cranes, you know, they mate for life in most situations. Like you want something sweet. There's something that you really see in this person that you were hoping for the best, and that hope kind of left you in a situation where you were all tied up with this energy, and it was kind of, I feel like some energy vampiring with this as well. But ultimately this is going to upset your home, upset your happy home. There's something that right now at the moment too I'm feeling is upsetting your happy home, and that's something to do with your fortune. I feel like maybe this person is involved. Maybe they impulsively spent something, did something, spent some money, didn't pay the rent, didn't pay the mortgage, and then went out and spent it on something else. And this had maybe even had something to do with an addiction of some type. Maybe it's also just an obsession of some type. I'm hearing like buying something collectibles, or I'm also hearing just buying drugs, buying alcohol, buying anything that is something that is a substance that is mind altering, like even when it comes to social media, or I'm also hearing pornography. So that there's a lot of things like that that you could very easily, I feel some people, depending on their character, they can get easily swept away. And other people don't really understand this. Other people that don't have that type of personality usually don't always understand why people do those things that they do. And it's almost like they're being controlled or puppeted by someone else, like they're not in their own character. And it's like, if you have to wear this mask already, it is like you're being puppeted around by something, and they're not taking responsibility for their own actions or just for their own life in general. And they're wanting to put it on someone else. And they sense this energy in you. You know, they do. They really pick up on the fact that what you actually want is maybe something they can't give you. And instead of releasing you, and saying, maybe, you know, for me to really love you, I release you so you can find someone that's better suited for you. They're choosing to tell you things that you want to hear. They're choosing to do things in order to get something out of you because they don't want to make their own fortune for themselves right now. They're kind of attaching themselves to the idea that you're going to be the breadwinner, you're going to be the person to take care of things, you're going to be the person to clean up the messes when things really get ugly and pick them off their feet, and when they feel down and out, they expect you to be there. And regardless of what this does to your stress, your anxiety level, or anything like this, 100% I feel this reading is telling me this person is not to be trusted, and that maybe you should seriously consider the energy that you're exchanging with this person. Maybe even cut them off for a little while and go do something on your own in order to get a different perspective in the matter, because I'm just feeling like maybe they might trap you into their same cycle of doing things in that way. And this might be exciting to you. I'm hearing that there might be a level of excitement for this for you. Like, I just impulse can highlight some of our serotonin levels in our brain, right? So I'm feeling like that is coming through as well. Like, in order to get more energy, like doing things that are out of character and impulsive and very attention grabbing is another word I'm hearing. So yeah, I'm just feeling like that's really starting to get to you, and you're not quite done, but I feel like you're holding on to something. You're holding on to it just yet because the mask hasn't totally fallen off, and you're still falling for some of the stuff that's going on. So you haven't really heard everything just yet, and I'm honestly hoping like that this isn't 100% true, you know, but I feel like that is one of the things that we do look for when we go to card readings. And it's like, if you have to ask, it's probably true. So what did you have a question coming into this reading? Did you ask, is this person, you know, what is this person up to? Are they being honest? Like, what did you tell me about this person? Did you just say, hey, tell me about this person? Bird messengers coming in to reveal that to you. Moon here is coming in to second it and put some emotion behind it, some energy behind it, and more details. So I feel like the tarot has really illustrated that this person has, you know, they picked quite a few cards to show you how this person could possibly influence and affect and create chaos in your life. But it's, you know, up to you ultimately, obviously, to make the decision. I want to say just a little tidbit about this is that there is a natural flow of energy that is not meant for you, that is meant to harm you in some way. There is some kind of protection over you and a discharge of the negative energy. So it's also saying, if you can, try your best to, in situations when things get really heightened and feel negative, and you can feel that feeling, that pull back from that and go with your peace. This bird is a very skittish bird. Most birds are skittish, but most birds aren't going to be around an environment where there's something chaos or crazy or fighting or something. If they see something going on, they're going to avoid that energy. To get up high and to fly high, it's like they can't be in that dense energy, that form that we are walking on the earth. So I'm also feeling like you need to, since you saw my card of the day, this is my card also of the day. So salvation with green Terra. So I feel like there is something, some sanctuary, some place that you can go, some safety space that you need to find in order to get your head clear, in order to make the right decisions. Because I feel like there's also more than one person involved other than this person. But if it is just this person, you know, and this is kind of a relationship reading about this other individual, you know, they might be somebody from work also, I'm hearing. So if you cannot avoid this person. It would be best to be busy, have something to do, have something on your mind, have something on your phone, have some connection to something that occupies your hands, your time, so that you don't have the idle hands to be pushed around by anybody involved and manipulated by anybody involved. And this manipulation might just be by the fact that this person is, you think this person's pretty good looking and they're charismatic and they're fun to be around, and that all that stuff's great. But if it starts to really affect your home life and things going on in your inner world that are, you know, messing with your head, I feel in this card, it's like putting an illusion over you, putting you in this kind of illusionary prison in some kind of way, so you can't really, it's like also being under a spell. This is the King of Rods. He's got that magic wand. He is like kind of more that fire energy, that magic energy. I'm hearing spells and a lot of spell work with this card. So, you know, even if this person isn't conscious that they are doing this in any way, or if they're some kind of warlock or something of their energy, I feel like they're still using that ability subconsciously in order to affect this situation. So in order to get out from under this, I'm hearing a message from the bird that is saying to go up against this like the dancer in the mating dance, and treat it like it is a fight, like a fight that is a dance. And in this dance, you must square up your opponent and do as they do, move as they do, and move in silence and not telling this individual about yourself. Don't let them clue in to who you actually are and what your weak spots are and how they can trigger you and get to you. In fact, wear a mask yourself in order to go in disguise so that you can either slip out from under this energy or find out more information about this person so that you can know for sure what to do next. You need more information so that you can get to sleep at night, so you don't have anxiety about this person anymore. And moving on and getting clear about how you're going to do that is going to be the best way, you know, not sharing information to give this person any more fuel for their spell work. Okay. All right, well, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy. I hope this all works out for you. I am sending you lots of love. So come out and see me again sometime. All right, guys, thank you. Hello, group 2. Those of you who selected group 2, thank you so much for joining me here. You chose this beautiful little shaman stone here, which I recently just watched I think it was Ancient Aliens, and I saw a picture. Usually I don't watch the actual pictures of that, but I was watching the actual pictures that they were going through, and I don't know, I tried to look it up a little bit, but it's like they say that these come from asteroids, like they contained something like to advance human DNA through viruses or something like that. I don't know. I like all that kind of stuff. That's kind of fun for me, but I don't know how much validity I put on all of it. But that was just a little side message there for that stone that you, let's see here. What is a bird spirit message? We're coming through here with the bird and moon today. So I'm going to go ahead and channel a message that but we're going to go ahead and play it through here, and we're going to be looking in the moon book later. So you got this beautiful little bird here, says from Western North America. So I feel like I have You know what, this is actually pretty special reading for you today, because I have some recording of a Ren that it says it's very complex, and it is. Oh my gosh, I was like, who is that? What little creature, little bird is singing that amazing little song? I mean, it was so complex. It had all these little trills, and it was just, and he was over here, I think it was a male, and he was jumping around the bushes, and just this tiny little thing about this big. And I put my phone outside the window on the ledge and just recorded him singing a song while he was jumping around trying to catch bugs and on the branches around here. And it was right when spring came, so that might be timing for you or something. That's like right when the birds got into town. Like that was, I don't know if these, I'm pretty sure they are migrant, but this one was, he was just so excited. It seemed like what I was hearing in the song, it was like, I'm so excited it's springtime, da, 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 da. And it was just like just going crazy with this. So I'm feeling a very positive, upbeat message with your reading here, that you're very excited about something. You're you know, and just the fact that I have no bird calls on my phone. I don't usually record birds like as a specific type of thing, and I just happen to have this type of bird on my phone. So I'm gonna see if I can get part of that, and we'll put it on here so you can hear. Maybe I can even put it as background. I don't know if I can figure that out. Now let's go ahead and look at maybe some more messages, because basically what we're doing is directly kind of asking the spirit of this bird, like what's the deciphering code of that complex song. All right, so let's go ahead and look, what is the message here from the Wren. I just love the name Wren too. It seems like a cute girl name. Wren. Also, I'm hearing Ren and Stimpy. Maybe you liked that cartoon, or you do like that cartoon. I'm feeling like old school vibes, like Gen X coming through here. All right, my generational sister, brother. All right, Justice, right out with the heart of justice. And we have the King of Blades and the Queen of Swords. So already there is two people involved in this situation. I'm feeling like maybe, I don't know if you are actually the other person involved. I feel like maybe you are outside of this. This is showing me the other people. So we have this feminine energy with the earth suit, and masculine energy with the air suit. And then we have more air coming through here with the Justice card. And this card is giving me that there is definitely something, a matter of the heart in a relationship. Okay, now what I'm hearing is one of these people is you. And that's what we're going to look at it like. This union of these two people, or this justice. And first we're going to get some clarifiers so that we can get a real whole meal out of this reading. And we'll bring in our moon cards and get more messages. Yeah. All right, Bird Spirit, oh Ren, please clarify the Justice card for us. Clarify that. We have the Seven of Candles, the Four of Needles in reversed, and the Two of Candles, with the bottom energy of the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Coins with this Two of Candles, and I feel like this person is you. You're in this planning stage, you're making these decisions in this stage. I feel like you're feeling like the world is yours in some aspect. Like there's some passion behind this. Like it's not just this new ignited passion with just one of these candles. You know, it's like it is turned into two, meaning you have this passion within you, and there's this passion that you're striving for, something you're going out for. And I feel like with it, you being in this energy here with the Queen of Coins, it's showing me that you are taking into consideration your security in the matter. Ultimately, that is what you're doing. You have this kind of on the fence energy to you, or right outside the gate, leaving the threshold, going into another energy, walking through a doorway. I feel that also this might be in relationship to a business contract, something to do with business, but their mind wants to go other places at the time. Their mind is, you know, physically wanting to occupy other spaces besides this very narrowed in home energy, because they've kind of been amongst the battle of things in life, I feel, because right before this energy is this battle. So that's what I'm feeling in the Seven of Candles. It's like there's opposing opinions and decisions between the dynamic of this relationship, and that might be one reason that we both have these kind of on the edge feelings at the moment. I feel like everything will work itself out. The decision here is like, I feel like the Seven of Candles is saying there are many things to review and compromise over, and to treat it as such. You know, if this is a close relationship, treat it as a close relationship. If it's business, don't bring it too close. You know, make sure that these things have their areas. And the Wren is also showing me that the complexity I'm hearing of that song that's coming through is also this complexity that you guys have as the dynamic of your relationship. Like, to sing a song that is the two of you is a very complex design. It is something that maybe not a lot of people will be able to understand or interpret, or, you know, might also think, wow, that's really pretty, you know, or interesting that that's even coming out of you guys. Like, I feel like that's another thing. And also it's showing me that there's little things. There's this small bird is showing me, like, hopping around the brambles, hopping around things. So it's like the little details. Make sure you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's, meaning, you know, don't leave out anything. Be very thorough. I also feel like that might be a possibility in this energy, that this isn't about getting married. This is about getting divorced. So if you didn't resonate with that beginning message, but all these cards together, I feel there is something to be divided amongst here with the family possessions. But I also feel like the underlying energy, looking at this with the Ten of Presents, is showing me that this is the creation of a home, of an established home, of something that it feels good to be a part of. It feels like you have people on your side in this energy, whereas maybe in the past you've fought a lot of your own battles and had to stand up for yourself. I feel like this person, and also this King of Blades, he could be a lawyer. So I'm seeing that if that is also another scenario, that this person has a lot of cases on their mind. They have a lot of things on their mind at the moment, and maybe if you want to be reassured in any way, if this person's going to do a very good job, I feel that just the fact that the King of Blades is coming through and not another another suit showing me. I mean, I'm seeing it as something professional, someone who's intelligent, who has a lot of education, and has probably been a part of the justice system and, you know, worked with cases for a while. And this, yeah, they have a passion for it as well. They stand up for what's right for other people. There's someone who defends the little guy. Okay, yeah, there's someone who cares about this energy. They care about what's going on in your situation, despite if it has anything to do with another person, but I feel like it might. And if underlyingly we're trying to divide inheritance or something like that, I'm also seeing that being the case. If there's anything legal that needs to be distributed among the family, okay, that it's saying that make sure that we do this in a way that is, you know, considering our own sense of values, and that we've researched this, done our part as far as research goes to get all the details, so that we have something to back it up when we need to stand up for something that we need to fight for in the matter, or make our point across and something, make sure that you can back it up. All right, let's go ahead and get a message from, thank you, Ren. Let's get a message from the moon. Okay, so we got last quarter, waning earth moon. So this is getting rid of something. So it's going back to that message of divorce, or the distributing of assets. And then we have Crescent, waxing, earth moon, shoots, investment. So yeah, I'm feeling like there's something, because this is opposite. It's like principles, investment. Yeah, I'm feeling like there's some return on something that you're getting, but it's like your money's going away. Like I'm feeling like also something about investments is coming through. It's like you're gonna get the principal like amount that takes, like every quarter. I feel like there's this dividend that's added to the money, and then you're going to get a little bit more of that, and you're also going to be able to invest. It's saying with these earth, it's going back to this as well, and saying that this very much is connected to your security in some kind of a way. So you need to consider yourself in the situation, be very smart about this, make the right informed decision about what you choose to go towards. Okay, I think this is what it is, and if I'm not right, I'm going to put it up here. It says, be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. I think that's what it is. And regardless of that statement, is what I'm feeling is like, take advantage of the situation when you can, when people are collectively in like a spaz, like you're the one that can hold the calm, like hold your position. Like I'm hearing hold, like in war or something, like a battle. It's like hold the position, or even like in stocks, it's like hold it. Okay, now sell. Okay, so there's something about that. And then once the money comes in, it's like, make sure that you make the right balanced choice. Make sure that you make the smart choice to keep on doing this, because maybe I'm seeing growth in this very quickly, very long term. By no time at all, I feel you're going to have a real stack of money that you might not know what to do with if you don't take certain steps, is what also this message is coming through from the moon. And it's with this, the moon talking about finances. So I feel like the moon is a very feminine energy, and then we have the feminine of that element coming through. So it's like for her to be in charge of these finances, it tells me that her self-care is very important in the situation. So maybe if you have a choice of things to invest in the things that you already spend a lot of money on, as far as beauty care, health care, anything like that. Maybe your investments are geared toward those specific areas in your life because that's what benefits you, and you feel like that's what should be benefiting other people. That's coming through as well. I feel principles is also giving me the last stuff that you have to get rid of, or the principal investments, the down payments of things, that the money that you lose. And this is like waxing the money that you're getting back. The investment that you made is going to be growing. So this is waxing, is taking in energy, waning, letting go of energy. So I feel like you letting go, you know, that quote is coming through of, it takes money to make money. It takes money to make money. It's also saying to me, if you have to hire a lawyer in this process and lose some money in order to secure everything you need to legally in order to make the moves you need to do these investments, make sure that you do everything that it is that's necessary so that this doesn't come back to you and there aren't people saying, hey, what about my investments? If you have anything also with the other people that's coming through, it's like if you have investments with other people, make sure that you do what's necessary and the right thing, the legal thing, the, you know, wearing your heart on your sleeve and not concealing who you actually genuinely are. You know, if you're in this investment to make money but also help other people, make sure that that's something that is one of your principles that you live by, one of your morals, okay? So that, because sometimes money, when it comes in large quantities, I feel like there is this little devil that sits on your shoulder in that term, because you're dealing with some very dark, dense energy when it comes to money. And when you have lots of it, it changes the character or brings out the character that is the more darker side of us, because that's what's magnetically attracted to that dense form of currency energy in the first place. So it's like, to make sure that you have a check on that little thing, make sure you know where it is, because I feel like it can bounce around. You know, I see the bird bouncing around among the brambles. So it's like, I could see that as like a brain. I'm seeing a brain and the brambles. So it's like the energy of that's like going all different areas. It's going to go to so many different areas of your brain to highlight anything that is going to get you to get out of character and make any kind of decision. But it's like, stay within your principles, stay within your rights, stay within the things that you think are moral for the situation, and it will pay off. It will bring you a lot of peace of mind. I feel like it'll give you a lot of sense of security. You might even be able to go on those trips that you want, and you won't have to feel that sense of feeling that we were talking about in the very beginning, where you're seeing the possibility up ahead, but you're scared to leave the security that you have right there. So something's going to change in that effect. And this stone is giving me that you're very much connected to something else. So I'm seeing like, as investments go, maybe that is another thing, that if you're connected to this other person investment wise, you're really linked up. So it's like, make sure that you make the ethical choices from here on out, because this relationship can really grow together. And if you are chained together in some kind of way by this, which I don't feel like that you really are. I feel this very free-flowing energy, like the person that you, or the clauses and the agreements that you sign are, there's ways to be able to get out of this without feeling super trapped if you wanted to. So yeah, that's what's coming through. But it's definitely something about a relationship, maybe something financial. Maybe this is also a couple that's trying to make some investments together. So it's, you know, I'm feeling like if underlyingly, also under the deck here, underlyingly, the consensus of the, like, the position and the life purpose and the direction that you both are going in life, is really wanting to aim toward happy home, happy family, legacy, money for years to come, investment money to really have fun with, or FU money. If you want that, you know, it's gonna take a little bit. I feel like there is this process where it's gonna take risk equals reward at some point, and there's gonna be, I'm feeling this kind of edgy feeling that you're all kind of on. and to make sure that, you know, you really keep your mental health in check when it comes to the transition period of that, like, you know, occupying your time with things to do instead of sitting around and trying to wait for things to come in through social media, or waiting to hear back from someone else, or waiting to just feel peaceful and not really taking, this is saying like to go do something that's going to occupy your mind so that you're not pulling your hair out about this situation as it's growing, marinating, the stocks are exchanging, whatever is going on with these investments, okay? I'm also hearing that period of time when you buy a house, the closing, like that can last a really long time and be a very frustrating situation. So the Wren is telling me, just think of the time that it takes for me to build my nest. During that time, I'm doing something physical to occupy my very nervous, worried mind that I'm going to get a partner that year, that I'm going to be successful, that I'm going to ensure the rest of my species. That's the programming of this bird working through its life. So there is that period of time that that bird uses this nervous energy very constructively to work on what is necessary to feel that security. Okay. All right. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this beautiful energy. So, yeah, if you'd like to see me again, I post usually Tuesdays and Saturdays. I upload at 6 p.m. Central Time. That has been my schedule for many months now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I hope to see you in another one of my readings. All right. Take care. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you selected group 3. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you are doing well, and we are going to look at a message for from the bird and the moon tonight. So the sun is kind of setting. We're in the evening, so hopefully we can catch the last remaining of this light. If not, I'll have to switch on a light. But yeah. If you do not catch the beginning, hello, my name is Lindsay. Thank you for joining me on my channel here. And if you are new here, thank you, for clicking on this video and giving me a chance. If you are a subscriber and you've seen me many times, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are very, very loved. And we're gonna go ahead and see what the bird and the moon would like to tell you tonight. All right, so first you pick this crystal here. I feel this is the Black Aventurine palm stone. All right, so what you know what, we're gonna take it. That bird is just like, I'm here. And you know what's funny about this bird is this American robin. Yeah, this bird, I love that this bird came out, because I'm like, please give me a bird that I know of, because last reading I was like, oh, these all 3 so far have been very connected birds to me in my area. So I feel that this one, it says across the continent. So this bird is so funny. Like it wakes up really early. It wants to be the first one. It's always like right there, like ready. You know, it's the very quintessential early bird gets the worm type of bird. So that's one message that's coming through from this robin. I have a very close relationship with robins. 10 years ago, I feel like it was, that I raised a baby robin with my mother-in-law, and she was very close. That made us closer together. So I also feel that energy too. So there's something that you might be doing with another person that might bring you closer together. It's one message. Another message is unlikely friendships. I'm hearing unlikely animal friendships. Maybe like videos like that. I'm sure that's kind of a universal thing. Everybody loves something cute like that. But also I'm hearing like specifically to tell the message about this is that my bird, that after we had released the bird, and it was a male, and he was very loud, and he would come to the window and like try to get back in the house. He's just like, let me in, let me in. You guys, did you forget about me? I'm out here. And we had to be really strong about it. We had to be like, no, he's gonna have to figure it out. I would come to the morning in the morning to do like the breakfast dishes or whatever in the kitchen. I was looking out the window and I saw him with a chipmunk, and him and the chipmunk were like helping each other. Like he would get the aerial view on something and then he would like signal to the chipmunk, and the chipmunk would go get the thing on the ground and then bring it back to where he was. And so he was the aerial lookout, you know, for predators and what have you. It was way out in the country as well, so I feel, you know, I'm pretty much in the same area, but so I'm hearing that as well, that animal friendships, you know, working together with others in order to accomplish a common goal is coming through as well in this. Yeah, I have a very strong bond with that bird. And eventually, you know, he grew up, he grew out of it, and every time I see a robin, you know, I always think of him, but it is nice to think that he started a family and blah, 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 you know. Happy ending, yay, okay. All right, let's go ahead and get some information of also what else does this robin want to bring in other than nostalgic memories from my mouth. Okay, all right. What is the message? So we have the Two of Blades. Some message. And then we have the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Blades. Okay. All right, before we get any, I've been doing this with all the groups, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get clarifiers on these with this stuff here. All right, clarify the Two of Blades for us, Robin. Clarify Two of Blades. This card. Okay. Two of Blades is confirmed by the Page of Candles. Confirmed the Ace of Cups is confirmed by the Seven of Candles in reverse. Right, confirm the the Eight of Blades. Eight of Blades, okay. The Sun reversed with the under energy of the Four of Cups. Okay. So underlyingly, there is something dissatisfying going on, that someone has stole your joy, stole your energy, pigeonholed you, put you in a box. Something that I feel like this is also a self-doing. I'm feeling pouty energy from this. I'm hearing pouty girl. I'm hearing pouty boy. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, this one was like, don't give me a gender. Like, okay, fine. And then they, them, and all the other stuff. Like, whatever you are. Yeah. I feel like that is your right decision to have, of course. Whatever you are, whatever you feel like you are. I feel like if there's any young people watching this and you're trying to make a choice about who you feel like you are in something, that is also what's coming through, that there is maybe this transitional period of time that you're deciding about yourself, and this is saying love yourself, stand up for yourself, but also know when to stand down and let other people's opinions come through and filter through before we react, or we're actively triggered by anything, or we do any actions, or we cast any unnecessary spells with our words, with our energy, anything like that. I'm feeling like that energy needs to go towards your self-love. We need to concentrate more on that, and that compartmentalized heart energy that you have, you know, really centering in on that, drinking the love potion yourself, I'm feeling like in this scenario as well. And taking, I'm feeling like you need a boost to your serotonin here with the Sun card in the reverse with the Eight of Blades, because I'm feeling like there's something new, there's a newness that wants to come through with these white flowers kind of caught in between these blades. And I'm hearing that song, you know, something new with this skeleton Jack. He's like, this is someplace new. Yeah. Something about, yeah, there's something about that. It's like if you know about the story of The Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm hearing that it's kind of like very similar to that type of story. There is an energy that is coming through with that. Like the grass is always greener on the other side. Energy's coming through as well. I feel also there's a message coming through to you that changes the way you think about things and the way that you make your decisions. And also your decisions might be based on someone around you that's younger than you. This might be a child involved also. I feel like this child ultimately might want to feel like they like to create drama over being bored or taking a lot of time to think about things and think things through. They might make hasty decisions, ones that kind of rock the boat, and you might not have a lot to say about this when it comes to like why. I'm not hearing like why it is, because like I feel like the energy of this is coming through again. It's like when he's doing the experiments and he's like crackling the bulbs off of the tree, and he's like, interesting reaction, but what does it mean? So I feel like you're reacting to something, like there's this triggering energy that's coming through, and it's like, but why do I feel that way? Like I feel like you're really trying to figure yourself out in some aspect. Like maybe there's this immature side of you, or this immaturity in this other person that you're trying to also figure out, is another message that's coming through. And the bird, also a side channel message that's coming through. It's like, it's kind of like the nature of how I was talking about how I had to be strong. I had to leave the bird outside. I couldn't bring it inside and have it just fly all over the place and poop all over everyone. I'm feeling like the emotional connection is definitely there. Their spirit is really offering you this opportunity to take more of a look at that as well. I feel like, you know, the Ace of Cups is, you know, just like all the other aces, the offering of the element of the energy. So it's like it's offering you this opportunity to look at something from a more emotional state. Whereas maybe we're operating energy more from that fire energy, that passionate energy, that energy that it kind of doesn't want to take consideration to understand what is emotionally behind this, because it just wants what it wants. It has to burn. It's just going to burn no matter what. It's going to take the energy and run. Whereas I feel that the water, it's like it takes a lot of consideration for what's actually going on, because it can become polluted and it has to deal with that. It can be very stuck, you know. But also in the fire, it's escapism. I'm feeling this escapism of not wanting to make adult decisions. Feeling like social media, being on the phone, there may be something to that with this individual. Like they're always on their phone. The phone is occupying their eyes a lot of the time. Maybe that's also you. Maybe there's a lot of screen time that maybe your phone's giving you notifications saying, hey, this is how much screen time you have. And you're like, I don't care, because I don't want to feel like I'm doing too much of it or something. Like, because I feel like and maybe you're getting to a state where you're just kind of monotonously going about things, and there's not a lot of satisfaction to be had in this process at the moment. And that's what the Four of Cups is saying, because underlyingly, what is the emotional reason? What's the deep-seated reason behind the way that you're being triggered right now, the way that you're feeling right now, the way that nothing can really bring you any joy? And also this card in the reverse is now saying, I am, you know, really ruling this entire reading with this energy of what the message you're going to put through. And it's like, ultimately, even if I'm reversed, there is this positive energy that's coming through. It's like, it's almost like if Jack never experienced Christmas Town, he wouldn't appreciate what he has in Halloween Town. because he was dissatisfied with what he ultimately found. Yes, he got that rush of energy of like, ooh, this is something new. But then ultimately he was like, this isn't for me. Like, I'm an imposter. Like, I'm doing something for some other reason that is, you know, I'm lacking something inside of myself, and then therefore reacting or doing something out of character because I want to find more excitement in my life. I want to find something new. I want it to be brand new. I want to be fresh and new. I want to find that spirit again. I want to have that elated sense of spark in my life, so that I don't feel this feeling that I'm feeling right now, that's just like everything is the same, and all the food is tasting the same, everything is sounding the same. Like you aren't finding any good music lately, you aren't finding the joy in anything, and you want this back. You definitely want this back. You're trying to make decisions right now in order to feel this feeling more, this energy of this youthful pulse, regardless of your age. You know, you want this new, fresh start that's kind of, I feel, is available to you. It's coming for you. It's just, in order to really step into this, you had to be put outside. Your life changed. You were domestically trained and you raised, and someone took care of you, and now is the next step. You have to put yourself outside, and regardless if you're an older person and you've already done life, there is this new fresh perspective, this new step into life that you're taking. And in order for you not to underlyingly always feel like things don't work out for you, Spirit offers you this cup in this card, which is in fact also showing up here in the center of your reading, saying it's going to be available to you. It is available to you. And in fact, it's within you. It's within your heart space. And another reading I did, it was like, in order to get out, you have to go within. If you feel like you're trapped in some kind of way mentally, or just with the decisions that you've made up until now, there is this inward look. There is this inward view that needs to be taken into consideration. We need to single it out. We need to see it for what it is, despite anyone else's opinions or anyone else's mucking the waters or seeing their energy. This is just for you. And in that, this is showing me there is some kind of forward motion, masculine drive, something also to do with the time that you were born. There's something about that, the timing that you were born. There's something about that with timing aspect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get more messages here from the moon. So moon, please, thank you, Robin, for coming through those messages. And if you want to chirp in and chime in, please do so with anything else. So we're asking the moon now, please give us the next set of this message here that those at selected group 3 need to hear tonight, or whenever they are watching this. Okay, we have the Rebel and the Mask. Okay, that one wanted to come out for group 2, and we're going to go ahead and take it. Already something from one of the other readings is coming through to say there is someone that is not to be trusted in the situation. They're wearing a mask, they're telling lies, whatever. This rebellious energy, though, coming through is funny, because it's like, it's telling me to get outside of the box, do something to shake up the energy, do something that is out of your character. I feel like there's this rebellious energy coming through. Like, I account myself for being the rebel. I'm the cusp of the rebel. I'm the Sagittarius Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. It's the week of the rebel. Yeah, it's something like that. And it's, so I rebel against everything. I can speak very fondly about this card because I know what it's like, but I feel like maybe that is your energy. You are a lot like me in that regard, or also you're just somebody who's done with doing things in the conformative fashion and you're ready to set out and do something a little new. Like this bird says, well, I was raised by humans, but I still was able to go out and like have animal friendships, and I was a wild bird. I mean, I don't know how long that lasted. I'd like I said in the beginning, I'd like to think the most idealistic, happy story ending for this bird. But he went probably through a lot of stuff in his life, and I feel like because he was different. He was raised differently. So I feel like that energy is coming through with you. It's like there's something odd about you that's very interesting and very entertaining, and you have this like very youthful, bright light and the spirit in you, and to continue to hold on to that is mainly this main message. And don't let other people that try to disguise themselves to get into your energy, because I feel like that this is a very rare energy, and there may be someone else like putting on a mask going, I'm just like you too, like can I play too with this cool energy that you have? And you're like, well, I can see that, you know, you poking out behind like this facade. Like I see that you're very intuitive, you're very psychic in this energy as well. I'm feeling like you can sense and feel there's just something not right about a situation or a person in your life, and there's no, other than this court card, there's not a lot coming through. So, I mean, if this court card, let's say, had that energy, if this is a child or if this was someone younger than you, this person's, you know, they might be telling lies. This looks like a little flying devil. So I feel like there is some naughty behavior, there's just like some negative energy or something that kind of traps you into some kind of falling for some kind of notion. And it's like, remember your rebellious nature. Remember the energy of the purpose of why you even are the way that you are, because you're fighting up against something that is saying that it's doing something good, but really it's offering a mask over what it's doing, because it's not actually doing something good. And if it has to speak out about what it is, it's doing something good. It's like, look how good I am. There's definitely hiding something. It's like they're hiding under something. It's like a corporation hiding under the fact that they're polluting with their campaigns to help homeless people. You know, I didn't give specifics, but there's, you know, many charitable organizations that say they're a charity, but then what ends up happening during that charity is so corrupt. When money's involved, it's so corrupt. I will say that. So we don't have any pentacles, so we're not going to get into any financial advice in this, but that was more like reading 2. If you're interested in anything like that, there actually was, I think, maybe some nuggets in there that someone would appreciate. All right, so what is also the next thing that we need to get into here? What do we need to look at here? Moon and bird, bird and moon. Oh, it says, look at the bottom of the deck. We have the nine. Oh my gosh, it's getting so dark. I'm gonna have to turn the light on. I can't even see that. Now I can see. Yes, 9 of Cups. All right, so this one has these cute little wish tonic, joy, bliss, love. Just feel all the things that are positive energies that could come from the Sun card. But also I feel like the Sun card in reverse is also illuminating the energy of the child. There is like this indulgent nature to the child's need for energy at this time is what's coming through. A fire child wants a lot of attention. Okay, that's just, you know, as long as if that is your child, you know, if you just go ahead and if you can just make it through with knowing that that is a part of your journey here with that child, you know, it might make it a little easier reminding yourself that this child's probably going to be rebellious, maybe spinning a few yarns about the character and the nature of what they've been up to. Probably have moments of poutiness. Oh, the whole world's coming to an end. You know, I'm trapped in this situation. I feel like there's kind of this drama. They produce a little bit of drama. Maybe even very a pouty energy I'm feeling. But this also might be a mirroring or something about you. If it resonates, it resonates. You know, if you want to wear that shoe, put it on. But really what I'm saying is that these bare feet are showing me there's this freedom involved. There's this rebellious energy that wants to come through, and it's like that we need to look at that in a very good way and nurture that in some kind of way in ourselves, in another person, in a situation. But don't do it to the point of indulgence or spoiling. That's what this card is with this energy that we've been talking about. Do not spoil this child, or this energy spoiling yourself with indulging too much on one thing at a time, and that anything to access can be bad, even something good. It's like having too much of a good thing, you know, like that saying is pretty much the same saying, right? She's just basically rewording it, but like it's also being like suffocated by love too. I feel like if this is somebody, if this is a love relationship, this person might be a love bomber, you know, and you're trying to make these decisions about whether or not to be in this relationship with this person, or to accept this love, or to keep going with this, or maybe because this person might be younger than you, you're having a lot of second thoughts about this, and it's feeling like a parental situation, maybe even at moments. I also feel like there might be a lot of like words exchanged, that there's passion involved, but really it's kind of underlyingly dissatisfying, because it's like very opposite energy. This is like very satisfying, very unsatisfying. But the Ace of Potions, or the Ace of Cups, comes through to say, give this attention to yourself. Think about yourself in the situation. Think about the reasons why you are actually the way that you are too. And you know what, I am going to read from the book on that one. Eccentric behavior. We said that, so didn't we? Arguing for a cause. I was talking about that. It's like something about a corporation, or yeah. So this is Butterfly. Traditionally, in the moon of this traveling through this mansion, when we are born, you were thought to be courageous, stubborn, and capable of triumph over enemies. However, you were also considered to be prone to rough, eccentric, and unusual behavior, which was thought to make you unlucky in business. Uranus and Mercury conjoined in Aquarius produce a aspect that carries very little for rules and tradition. This card reveals that traditional ideals and old-fashioned views that have outlived their usefulness must be revised and updated. It is essential for the sake of the progress to find new ways of looking at things and new ways of working. If this card is drawn, there is a potential for exceptionally bright thinking that produces sparks of genius. It indicates a powerful devotion to a cause. You are certain that your position is correct, no matter how out on a limb you seem to others. You must be prepared to act totally out of character to achieve your intended aims. Didn't I thought I said that. Something about acting out of character. It's like putting on this mask in order to achieve this. I'm seeing a dancing around a fire with a mask on, like getting psyched up for the hunt kind of thing, like in an old world kind of way, but also like this is translating into the modern world as like, you know, psyching yourself up with music, dressing up and putting on your makeup, putting on you know, the right jewelry, putting on the right stuff, acting in a devotional type way towards this cause. Wow. So I could also look at this as, don't let the opinions of others, that when you're in this mask, or when you have to be in this position like that, this rebellious masked position, it's like, in order to do what you're doing, you're getting into this, you know, you're taking on this other beast, this alter ego that is going to help you get through this energy. Ooh. funny because I see like a cartoon right away. When I said that, I saw a cartoon character as this bird, and the bird being like, okay, they won't let me inside. I am Superbird. Me and Chipmunk will take on the world. Chipmunk is my sidekick, and he almost has to like assume being this like superhero character because he's like ultra powerful, and he can assume the daily responsibilities of just staying alive, being outside, and not being in the comfort of the home he was raised by humans. Yeah, I love it when it starts to get dark. I feel like the silliness comes out. There's like the spirit energy of silliness comes forward. So yeah. All right, well, I hope this resonated in some way and helped you with whatever situation that you are in at the moment, at this time. Thank you so much, Robin and Bird, and your energy coming through. Thank you, Moon. And we will say good night to you. And if you'd like to see me again sometime, I would absolutely love that. If you would like to subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff, help me grow. This is a very small channel still, so I would appreciate all those little extra things to get me going. And I post on Tuesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time every week. So that is my current schedule, and I'm sticking to it at the moment. It's been like that for months. And thank you so much to all my new people coming here today. I appreciate your energy in this. And to the people who've been here, subscribed from the beginning, thank you so much. I love you. I'm sending all my love and my energy towards your way, and I hope that whatever you're involved in, you get exactly what you want in the situation. And yeah, all right. Well, have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.